Hi everyone, how are you all doing around the world and in Sri Lanka? This is the second part for the Easy Tolumnia guide I gave you a few days ago. If anyone's interested in watching how I did this vertical mount, you can learn an in-depth tutorial if you go to my channel. It's on the Tolumnia playlist up on my channel. Yeah, you'll be hearing a lot of this because I'm in the middle of the day, though it's very dark. So, taking this rainy day, which already poured on us some time ago, I will give you the advantages strictly onto how you receive all those benefits if you do it the way I told you, because most people are afraid of bare rooted orchid. Okay, first of all, let me show you this mount. I can take off like this. Okay, and I'm showing you my Tolumnia Gyrec flyer cartoon version, which fully opened 2 days ago. And the second one, which opened before that, is my Gyrec firm chromo version. Okay, so I'm not losing any tags because I can put them tightly through the zip tie, right? So taking this into my hand again, I'll show you how I would dunk this in my fertilizer bucket if I want to, taking care that I will not be dunking the spikes, right? I keep it this much, or I will just lay it down like this. It will stay. Okay, wait, having some sort of difficulty because one hand. Okay, see, it's standing on its own. So I dunk it like this. It's fine because I won't be dunking it to more than 10 minutes, right? I'm just showing this on a rainy day just to display how I do this, to demonstrate. But during rainy days, the rain takes care of all the watering needs, and then I do the same like this, and I put this in upside down. Yeah, you can do that as long as you care for the spikes to not get harmed. Okay, so these are bare rooted. But another thing which I have to tell you is, after that video, if you remember the first video, it was very hot those days, and I was watering twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day, because as I water this and go and water my other plants, on my way back it's dry, right? So I leave it for another 3 to 4 hours and then water it again or spray it again, right? So because of that, I added the teensiest strands of sphagnum moss into each specimen. Let me just take this out and show you how much it is. It's just a very small bit. Okay, I'll put that back. I got my cord stuck on the spike. Yeah, it's released. So this, during the rainy days, if it's continually raining and you're growing outside like me, hanging on a balcony railing or on an outside rack or mounted onto a tree, or however outside, you can take this out if you want with a tongue or a tweezer, a tongue or a tweezer. You can take them out without hurting any of the other structures of your Tolumnia. There is one at the very bottom of the first one also, because it's not slatted. There's no light going through, so it's not visible when you look from the top. Right? So even if you take this out or not, it doesn't matter, right? Because the first advantage I will tell you is, because this is placed bare rooted, this dries off very quickly. Okay, including the sphagnum moss which is inside, this dries off very quickly. That is the first advantage, where you will not introduce any demise or decay into any of the structures of your Tolumnia. Meaning, in layman terms, no root rot, no leaf tip diebags, no yellowing of roots because of root rot, none whatsoever. You will safely grow your orchids if it's bare rooted, especially Tolumnias, because they always have few fans in one specimen, right? And there's a lot going on with the few fans, with a lot of stringy roots which are actually not stringy, and which makes me come to my second point. Having it outside here, I did not experience any kind of root rot. No root rot, nothing. I have touched all these roots. This came from my trusted seller, which I still have to pay. She's my friend and she knows me personally now, so that's fine, but I will pay her very quickly, Chandrika, do not worry. So I have no demise in the roots, right? I cannot identify if I have new roots, because I know this is going through a transplant shock, meaning it's getting used to my surroundings currently. At the same time, I cannot see it for the naked eye of mine, which I'm actually going blind now. I cannot see any new root tips. Okay, it's purely because of my eyesight. Right, so I have to ask my son when he comes down here to see if there are new roots. So guys, that's my current situation, right? On top of it all, I'm trying to get out of this place. So in the middle of this part of advantages, I will humbly ask you guys to please watch all my videos, give me a like and a subscribe, right, so I can monetize my channel. And I do not gatekeep anything. If you guys know me from the beginning, I have given you all the tips and tricks that I know, all the faults and pluses that I know, and all my experiences, negative or positive, in my epiphyte care journey, as in Hoyas and orchids. So most of my orchids are going through the same kind of shock, right? The shock to an orchid can happen when you are transporting them or shipping them to one place to the other, or when the weather is going through changes, right? It is a shock to the plant, right, which can easily trigger blooming. So here in the hill country that I live in, I have very cold nights, right? And because of El Nino, all these days except for today was very hot. That's why I was watering it 2 to 3 times a day, right? And my Chaya Praya is about to bloom. My Vanda Twinkle bloomed and is done. It's on its last leg now. Right, in my first part of this Tolumnia care guide, it was fully blooming. So that's how it is, right? Even my Cruminatum, which is over here, it bloomed. You guys know it is only a one-day bloomer, right? And all of my Hoyas have been blooming. You can see proof to all my words in the pudding. Proof is in the pudding. In this case, it's my channel. So guys, getting back to the advantages again, right? Let's recap because I took a detour. First of all, you can take the whole pole and dunk them in the fertilizer, right? Upside and the right way. And your tags will be safer. Your plant will be drying off very quickly because epiphytes do not like wet feed, and it's easy to keep them tightly this way, right? If it's a little bit looser, you can tighten from here, right? There will be a lot of aeration, air movement happening in these, so in the slatted pots, right? Even in the first one, which does not have a slat but a drainage hole at the bottom, you know, it's easy to dry off. So you will not be introducing any kind of demise to any structure, as in root rot, leaf tip diebacks, and whatever. So you can spray a bit of pesticide, fungicide, herbicide on this, but in my case what I use is baking soda for everything, right? Just 1 teaspoon for 2 liters, dilute, you are good to go. Spray it all from top to bottom. Do not spray it on the blooms or the buds. Although I have not seen anything bad happening to Hoya buds when I spray baking soda on them. There is a shot which I did on the Hoya parasitica heart shape, explaining the whole scenario, demonstrating it in the video itself. You guys can go and watch it, right? So I trust baking soda and I use it because it's human friendly. No harm will come to us by using it because it will alkaline the whole plant, the properties in it, the material, the media, everything will get alkaline because of baking soda, right? There are so many benefits for humans in the use of baking soda also. I was just checking to see whether my neighbor has come. So getting back to the video, these are big advantages for orchids if you are growing them outside. And plus one of the last ones is if it's too rainy and if it's getting continuous watering, I can actually move this up here, right? I can hang it on this lamp post, okay? So I can actually remove this. That's why a vertical mount like this, which you can move around but it has steadily hung on to the plants, will be ideal for you guys to grow a Tolumnia bare rooted very easily. So lastly, what I have to explain it, even if you get it shipped to your place, even if the weather changes, the plant will always go through those changes with you. The most easiest way to go through them was to not have any changes done from how you got it originally. Don't take me wrong, potting it is fine, but potting makes Tolumnias very lazy. That's the next advantage I am giving you with bare rooted Tolumnias, because when you pot you hold in more moisture, more fertilizer, you get the plant get more comfortable, more and more comfortable, which leads to the plant not liking to bloom, but it has its conditions inside or outside, right? Especially inside if you are growing, right, you have controlled conditions with grow lights, humidifiers, fans and whatnot that you are using. So even IKEA cabinets that you are using to grow, you are providing tropical conditions artificially. But when you pot it, what happens is the plant gets easily comfortable. That's what the plant also will try to do. Then you have to stress it from the first step itself by reducing water, by reducing fertilizer, just to stress it to throw out a spike or develop a spike. So here, because it's growing, getting used to the weather, that happens automatically because the plant's moisture is dried very quickly by air and the sunshine. So the plant gets only what is quickly absorbed through the roots and the other structures of this Tolumnia, right? That's all the orchid can hold. But unlike growing inside controlled situations, it does not get the chance to get comfortable, right? Tomorrow it might be too hot, right? And in the night it's definitely very cold here. So I am utilizing the outside elements for my advantage. That is the last and final benefit I am giving you. You will be able to acclimate your Tolumnia to the outside conditions, so it will have a easy time. You just have to watch it for pest or fungal infections, okay, which will not happen a lot because your plant is being dried and you are giving it the proper nutrition too. You are spraying the fertilizer, right? So the rain will give a good amount of nitrogen also, and there will be some micro elements in addition to the macro elements that the rain gives. There will be some micronutrients, but you obviously spray this with fertilizer, so that will keep the nutrition accounted for, and that will keep the baking soda or whatever the pest control that you are doing will keep the pests at bay. Same goes with fungal damages and whatever else dangers, right? So that is what I'm telling you guys. Since I'm losing light, I'm gonna end this, and this video is very long. I hope you will watch it to the end. And guys, remember, like I've asked you, please watch my other videos and help me reach over 1,000 subscribers. It's been such a long time and I do not have subscribers because I do not push for that always. I try to give everything that I have, right? I don't gatekeep, right? That's how I am. I'm true to my wishes, I'm true to my word, right? As much as I can be, and I'm asking your help in overcoming my current situation, right? So thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and God bless.